Hey everybody, it's Bill. How you doing? Hope all is well. Today we're going to do another video of a new game I got this morning. It's called Tower 3D Pro. You're an air traffic controller. You send planes out. You bring planes into the airports, and taxiing and all in between. So you start off with three airports: St. Thomas, LAX, and Philadelphia. You can DLC a bunch of others. I got Orlando already because that's my favorite airport. So we are going to start off though with St. Thomas Airport. Now I'm a beginner. I've played for maybe a couple hours, so excuse me if I have to either repeat myself because of the voice recognition. I said the wrong thing. The voice recognition is pretty decent on it. I don't have a problem with it. It's just, you have to word it correctly, and sometimes I forget to word it right. So, but we're gonna come out of St. Thomas Airport, a one-runway airport. Great for beginners. And we're gonna active runway is gonna be 28. So you'll be hearing me say 28 a lot. So we're going to start. We're gonna do 100%. With St. Thomas being a, one runway airport, it's not as busy as the other ones. Forecast is going to be clear. We're going to start off at 7 a.m. It's the beginning of the day, first shift, commuter run, So here we go. We're going to hit start, and let's get ready to control the tower. Now, like I said, it's voice recognition, so I'll be talking to it. It'll be talking to me. Use your shift button as the microphone, so we'll be getting that ready. So right off the bat, there's going to be a plane wanting to leave as soon as we hit start, so you'll hear them talk first, and then I will talk after that.
St. Thomas Tower, Denali 804 requesting push and start.
Alright, Denali 804. Here we go. Denali 804, pushback approved, expect runway 28.
Ground, 28 pushback approved. Denali 804.
I always forget to say the word expect. But there's Denali right there in the middle, taking off. Not taking off, backing up.
St. Thomas ground, Denali 804 ready to taxi.
Denali 804, runway 28.
Runway 28 Denali 804.
Now you can also say, if you wanted to, in this case we could have said something like runway 28 via Charlie Alpha, because that's actually where they're coming from, but there's only one real way to get to runway 28, and that's Alpha. So as you see, Denali is pushing out. It has pushed out. Now they're taxiing to runway 28. Now this is our scanner there. We could not scanner, but radar. There we go. I'll get it. Our radar. We'll see planes coming in from this one, and we'll actually see these planes going out. This right here tells us, who's leaving, who's coming in. We can click on them. It'll change the camera to them. And this is a view of our airport. So whoever's on the airport, who's called in, they will be shown in there. So as you see, Denali 804 is going down the taxiway right now, just as we see in the main screen. Now, right now we have Denali, we have Value, we have Magic, we have a few others. They're not the real names of airplane or companies. There is a DLC where or an add-on where you can buy, Southwest, JetBlue, all them. I figure when I get a little better at the game, that might be an option. But right now, I like Denali and Magic and Value, you know. So as you see, the clock is going, and it is going in pretty much real time. If you want to change it, say Denali leaves and nobody shows up, you know, next, nobody's coming in, nobody's taking off, we can speed up the time to get until we get to somebody else. We'll see. We'll let Denali leave before we decide what to do. Since we have nobody on the, we have nobody coming in, and Denali's the only one going out, we might as well give them a call. Denali 804, runway 28, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 28 cleared for takeoff. Denali 804.
We got a couple planes in our back terminal here, so they might be coming. And again, we saw some over there, so there'll be a few planes taken off. And I started this earlier. I've been running the 2 o'clock hour, and been getting a bunch of planes through that. But I wanted to see what 7 o'clock's gonna bring. Start the whole day. Why not? All right, so Denali is taking off. We're zoomed in as far as we can, but Denali's got the camera will pan and pass by. We have a successful takeoff, 10 points. There goes Denali in the air. So when the plane takes off and goes away, you have one last order for them. So we'll hit it right now. Denali 804, contact departure.
Roger. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Alright, so Denali's leaving, so we haven't got anybody leaving or coming in, so we'll speed up. You can speed up from 2, 4, 8, 16. So we'll start with 8, and then if we haven't got anybody, we'll go to 16. But you don't want to like leave it in case, you know, you don't want to make somebody late. So as you notice, the clock is going much faster. It gets to about 7 o'clock exactly, I'll move it up to 16. Okay, move up to 16.
St. Thomas Tower, Magic 8021 requesting push and start.
Magic 8021, there we go. Wants to leave. Magic 8021, pushback approved. Expect runway 28.
Ground, 28 pushback approved. Magic 8021.
Magic is right here. Going to the same island as the other one. Weird. It's all those, like we said, it's those commuters. Notice we got a much bigger plane here.
St. Thomas ground, Magic 8021 ready to taxi.
Magic 8021, runway 28.
Runway 28 Magic 8021.
Again, we could have said 2-8 via Alpha. But, in this case, it's not. If we were trying Orlando and you had to go through a bunch of them, that's more important, right? In this one where you're just going Alpha, they know to go to Alpha. They're not going to do any mess ups out of it. Nobody's coming in yet. I see about, oh, there's a little one there. So there's about 7, we've got about 7 planes in our airport. Oop, we got one coming in. They won't call us until they get into the first circle. It looks like Denali 85 something or other. We're going to give this first one a cleared to land right away because there's going to be nobody near them. Even if this plane, this plane's obviously going to beat them in, but if they did, we could hold them and just send them in. So it looks like Denali 851.
St. Thomas Tower, Denali 851 with you runway 28.
Denali 851, runway 28, cleared to land.
Runway 28 cleared to land Denali 851.
Okay, so Denali 851 is off in the, we won't see them until they get right about here, but they are off in the distance, on their way. Magic should beat them out, so we're going to send Magic right now. Magic 8021, runway 28, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 28 cleared for takeoff Magic 8021.
So if you were going to, we're doing St. Thomas at 7 o'clock in the morning. If you were doing other airports, it's going to be much busier. You're going to have more runways. You're going to have, guys coming in from different angles and stuff like that. So you're going to have to, tell some of these ones that are on final to move around. Maybe even go around. Few things you have to do. Right now we're in the beginner stage, so we're just sending people out, bringing people in, but it's still very fun, even at the beginner stage. The only thing is, darn, you need something for, make sure you're got a comfortable thing for your hand, because you're always going to be on the shift button. It's almost kind of like the WASD, where you're always on the left shift. We got 10 points for this takeoff. We'll give them a call. Magic 8021, contact departure.
Roger, good morning.
Good morning to you. So now, we don't have anybody going out, but we've got Denali 851 going in. As you can see on our scanner, this is Magic leaving, and Denali is coming in through the active runway. This white, these white lines here, very similar to like on FSX. It's like the, the green arrow that points you to the runway. So they have left our screen. We're going to point over right now for waiting for Denali to come in. 125 knots right now, so they're coming. Now see, here's the things that if this up here is your control panel, you can change screens if you want. Like if you didn't want the radar, you can take the radar off. Obviously we keep that on. Again, I showed you how to change, pick up the speed. I think this is a different camera, or not camera, your views. But now this, if you can't if you couldn't be able to get the voice recognition to work, you can just go here. Like, all you would do is Denali 851's already up because you clicked it on the strip. You just go Denali 851 cleared to, and then it would go clear to land and make sure your runway is right. But like I said, so far the voice recognition hasn't been a problem. It's just you have to do it correctly. And you know, I was messing up at the, you know, the ones that were getting me were the like where we have Denali and Magic and Value. There's other planes. The ones who are off on this runway generally don't have a company name. They just have call numbers. So I wasn't doing that correctly at first, but once the voice came in and they would call for you and tell you exactly who they were, you could get that. All you had to do was repeat what they say. We could speed this up to let Denali come in. I mean, they're only a couple minutes away. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of things. Like cleared 2, cleared 4, go around, enter final, turn, report, take next, contact. We'll move it to ×2. That'll probably make it about every half second. There's a plane coming in right behind them. So let's go back to real time.
St. Thomas Tower. Field Air 1236 with you runway 28.
Alright, so Field Air 1236 is coming in as well. We're going to let Denali get a little closer, and then we'll let them know. One is Denali is going much slower, right about half speed right now. So we'll clear them in about a few seconds. It's a Field Air. Sorry, I'm just looking at the. I was just looking at the. There's a nice. If you're getting confused with numbers or letters or any of that, there's a really good web page that gives you all the letters and numbers. And again, since these are not real companies, they give you all the. So FRT, you know, would be like, oh, actually, I think that's Frontier, but FRT is Field Air. So we're going to call them right now. Field Air 1236, runway 28, cleared to land.
Runway 28 cleared to land. Field Air 1236.
So Field Air is going to come in right behind Denali. Denali will be gone before they get there. It's Denali being a prop plane, they're going to only go about halfway down the runway and then turn in, whereas the jet, the JT-1, will go all the way down the runway. If that were the case, if Denali had to go all the way down, then we would think about it. Because right now, Denali, who's much closer, is going 97 knots, whereas what did I call them again? Fair Air? Field Air. There we go. Field Air's going 220 still, so Field Air's going to gain, but then we'll slow down and right before. We're actually getting really close to Denali getting into view. You won't see them very much for a while because we're so far out, but when you'll see that the camera will start moving, and that shows that Denali is in the area. As you can see there by our radar, they are both pretty close. Denali will be here in a few. And now Field Air is starting to slow down. Here, go see the camera just moved. So Denali is in range. Now, should I have done this at video for 2 o'clock? Yeah, probably, because then we'd have more things to see. But hey, we're starting off the day in St. Thomas. We're waiting. Oh, here we are. They're right here. You can see the green and red light. So Denali is landing. Field Air close behind, but we'll be off the runway before Field Air gets in here. Yep, here's Denali right here. There was one that I did in my practice run just a little while ago, probably an hour ago, where a prop plane was landing and I could see the jet over here, like in the mountains. But they still landed fine. The fact that I didn't see the jet coming is a good thing. Denali will land. We got our 10 points. We're Denali making it fine. Give them a call. They're going to turn right into this next terminal here, or this next taxiway. And go right into the terminal, whereas the other one will go completely the whole runway. Denali 851, taxi to terminal.
Taxi to Terminal Denali 851.
So you don't have to tell them what gate or anything like that. They already know where they're going. So he's off, and here comes our friends at Field Air. I'm going to call them Fair Air for some reason. Field Air. Oh, nice landing. If I didn't call them Fair Air over the loudspeaker, they just wouldn't answer me. Successful landing. 10 more points. We're up to 40. Field Air 1236. Taxi to terminal.
Taxi to Terminal Field Air 1236.
So they're going to do their things. Denali's already on the taxiway. Making that turn in. Zoom our radar back so we know if someone's coming. Welcome to St. Thomas. We have they popped off of our strip here. They are no longer they're all set. Got our bus coming, picking up some more people. So Field Air is making their way down the taxi. once Field Air makes their way down, we'll fast forward. Try to do a couple more before I shut it off. Now, if somebody just happened to be in the way, or if another plane decided to push out, you know, while Field Air is coming in, we could tell them to hold position and then continue taxi when they were set, you know, that type thing. There's a bunch of different little codes you can do, just as long as you say them correctly. There he goes. Field Air is at the terminal. See, notice the bus drove right up to the Denali plane, picking up those passengers. That's a cool little feature there. That was. I was kind of joking at first about the, oh, he's picking up people, but he really did go to where the Denali let off. Alright, so once this pops up, we'll fast forward until we get our next plane. There we go. Obviously in the morning. In St. Thomas, it's not as very busy. It's not bad. See, there goes that bus. We left at Denali.
St. Thomas Tower, Denali 852 requesting push and start.
Alright, we got two things going
St.
at the
Thomas
same
Tower,
time.
value 1107 with you runway 28.
Okay. Value 1107, runway 28, cleared to land.
Runway 28 cleared to land, value 1107.
Denali 852. Pushback approved. Expect runway 28.
Ground, 28 pushback approved.
So that was basic.
Denali 852.
So as you see, you know, we had Denali 851. This is Denali 852, so it's basically the same plane, just going back to where they came from.
St. Thomas ground, Denali 852 ready to taxi.
Denali 852, runway 28.
Runway 28 Denali 852.
Again, we could have told them the exact way to go. If you're at one of the bigger airports, I would definitely suggest saying, you know, Charlie Alpha. But in this case, yeah, there's only one plane out. There's only one way to go, so. That's good. I wanted to keep this video around 30 minutes. We're at about 30 minutes now, but I wanted to get at least a few more planes in. So we got one plane coming in, one plane coming out. They're gonna reach very close to each other, but if it gets too close, we'll make Denali wait. And let value come in. We're going to focus on Denali just because you don't see anything until value's all the way in. If we clear these both out and nothing's there, then we'll call the video. If something pops in, you know, another plane pops in before we just or before we decide to stop, then we'll keep going. Right now we're working on these two. Value's on the way in. Ollie's on the way to the runway. And we may do more of these, not only videos for St. Thomas, but with the other ones when I get better. Doing decent now because, yes, it's very early on a one runway airport. Wait till we get into, you know, Orlando, you know, all those people going to Disney, or Atlanta, you know, the busiest airport ever. I did actually want to show you one of these planes, but nobody's coming out. So maybe what I'll do is a part 2, but just continue on this day, and you know, just stop, you know, like pause the game, stop recording, upload, then do another one. You know, maybe do a little series, try to get the whole day in. So 1107 is on their way in. I generally don't like to let a plane leave if we're in the final circle. So with 1107 hitting that circle, Denali sitting there at the airplane, right at the terminal, I'm going to let Value come in first. Denali being a much slower plane, you know, being that prop plane, by the time he actually get set up and ready to go, this plane is going to be there. So we'll click on Value first. The Value's going on still on about 142 knots and is within the circle, so they're definitely going to be there. Could we have gotten the prop plane out? Maybe. I don't want to test it because here's the thing. We get 10 points for if we land a plane or we take a plane off. We lose 500 points if those planes get close together. Here we go. I can see right here is the Value jet. So we're going to let that land. As soon as Value passes over the spot where Denali is, we'll line them up so that they can take off as soon as they get off the runway. And make sure that they're off the runway, because I already lost 500 points because one of the, I had the plane getting ready to take off and the other plane had not left the runway. They were at the end of the runway taxiing. And it doesn't matter if it's a Denali who will be in the air halfway through. Just make sure everyone's off the runway. Here it comes, right where the mouse is. You can see the lights are coming into play. Alright, so Value's about to go over. So who is it? It's Denali 852. Now they're passing over, they are past it, so you're going to say, Denali 852, runway 28, line up and wait.
Runway 28 line up and wait Denali 852.
So they're just going to get up to the starting point, turn in and sit on the runway until we tell them to go. We're going to let Value come in, make that turn at the end of the runway. We got our 10 points for Value landing. Looks like this will be it for this round of the stream. I don't see nobody has come up yet. approaching. Get your hand ready on that shift button. We're in 2 calls here. Value 1107. Taxi to terminal.
Taxi to terminal value 1107.
I get a little, sometimes I say 07 instead of 07. Yeah, that'll get me. Denali 852, runway 28, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 28 cleared for takeoff. Denali 852.
And Denali is in the air already. See, that's why I took off that time in my practice round. I figured the Denali would be well in the air before the end of the runway, but yeah, no, make sure that your value jet is off the runway. And Denali 852, contact departure.
Roger. Good morning.
Good morning to you. All right, so Denali is leaving. You can see Denali up here. Value is taxiing, so unless somebody arrives in the next few seconds, we will call it. So let me know what you guys think, not only of the game, but is it, do you want to see more? We've got, like I said, we got some other runways. This runway here is going to get busier throughout the day. We're still only, because we played for 30 minutes, and yeah, it's been about 30 minutes in the game too, so it will get much busier as the day goes by. Right now it's just showing you, how to play, but if you want to see more, let me know. Yeah, tell me what you think. As soon as the value gets over, unless somebody says anything, pause, end the stream. Nobody is out on the radar, so it does not look like anybody's. It would have to be somebody from the terminal. They have all these other runways like Boston, which I want to get, Las Vegas, which sounds like fun. And I hear they're building more, because the Orlando one only came out a short time ago. They just came out with another one. I haven't seen which one it is, but yeah. So this is an expanding game. So, all right, there we go. They've cleared out. So I'm going to hit pause on the game. And I'm going to thank you for watching. Again, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do all that. And let me know what you think. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great night.